Hi everyone. What you're looking at is my latest creation, and I know I'm a bit behind the times since everyone has already created these wonderful cameras using a different sort of balsa box from Michaels, and while you all stocked up on those, I missed out. Our Michaels did not have them when I went back to look for them, so I went with a rectangular one, and this is by far the most intricate, I think, personally, project I've done. And while I was working on them, who was it that was talking to me? MB. I'm just going to call her MB. Her name is really Mary Beth, but MB on my scrap room, where I hang out a lot, said to me, why don't you try out for a DT? And even though I've been crafting a really long time, like years and years and years, and I have all this stuff and experience and, you know, just junk laying around, and I've done tons of things and I've really expanded, I didn't know what a DT was. So I asked her, I'm like, well, what is a DT? And she said it's a design team, and they do calls for people to try out for them, and I really think you have got what it takes to do this. So I found the one that she gave me on a list for Jazielle's, and I thought, why not? I'll go for it. I just finished this today. It took me maybe a week or two to make, and I'm just going to kind of walk you through it. A lot of this stuff was made from things that came in a winner's, I don't know, goodie bag, I guess you'd call it, that Raven so generously shared with me. She gave me a bundle of it, and it just so happened that it fit the look that I wanted that I was going for this. Kind of a shabby chic, but in my own sort of way. And so that's where I got a lot of the supplies from. However, the box did come from Michaels. So I used a round box that I cut with my Cameo, and then I glued it all together and hot glued it on so that you wouldn't see any of the seams gluing to it, and I created a cap. The shiny stuff is Mod Podge, which I Mod Podged the top and the inside of the cap, just to make it look like it was more of like a glass covering. I think it turned out really cute. And then I added a lot of bling to that. And on the inside of it, I put a roll of film. And I put little pictures on the film, just every other one, so in case she wants to put her own pictures on it. I am going to give this to someone when I'm done with it. She can put her own pictures on the ones that are every other one I did. So there's these cute little pictures. I just took those from the internet, cut them down to a smaller size. It's hard for me to tell if my camera's picking that up from the angle that I have it at. I'm trying to use my tripod. So yeah, I just curl that up. I do wrap it around a glue bottle when I stick it back in, just to make sure it stays at that size. And then the inside and this paper and the top here, what is that one from? That one's from my Secret Garden, I think, and maybe an 8x8 pack. And then the top, of course, comes off. I made this handle, it's sort of like a camera handle, but it goes through the top, so when you take that off, the handle comes off as well. You can set that aside. There's a little envelope, white envelope that I glued to the inside so that we could put, originally I wanted to put the film in there, but it didn't really fit. But I thought she could put some little doodads or extra pictures or anything in the cover. That'd be kind of fun. It's just a little added thing. And then there's a lace that I put around, and then a trim that I put around the edge. And of course this bling is the clicker for the camera. I didn't put anything on the back purposely, so in case she wanted to store it flat, she could at some point. And then on the inside I created this little mini. So in order to get the mini to fit, this has to be pushed up. But then each page opens up, and of course they're all different. This one says dance. That one's covered in a fabric, and on the other side of that one there is a pocket with some little cards in it. The opposite side here I embossed and did a little rolling and added a couple of little embellishments from that paper pack. And then it's got a tag that pulls out. Comes out of there. These two are relatively simple. There is that's just a sticker, and this one, something could fit underneath there. But I didn't tuck anything in there because I like the way you can see the list sticking out. But that is a holder if she wants to stick a picture, add some tags in there. The other side of that one is another embossed. It's not a pocket, but it swings open, so she can put a picture or something underneath there. This is another one of my clips that you can just clip it and pull it on and off, but I'm not going to because I like the positioning that it's in. But she could always change that up if she wants to, and I added a little button, like a blingy button on that side of it. This is some more stuff that came with that goodie bag. It's like a doily, but it's made out of some sort of plastic. And then I put some extra trim on the inside because that blue went with the colorings really well. This is another paper pack that flower just seemed to go really well with this. And then the backing, of course, is the same as the cover. It's a really thick corrugated cardboard paper that I'd gotten from a church friend of mine, and that turned out to be a really cool cover. And then of course the top ribbon matches the ribbon of the camera. So then, like I said, this folds up, and in that way the whole thing won't fit inside the box. And then the cover goes back on. Pretty much like so. And I'm not going to twirl this whole thing back up, but that would go back inside there, and then the cover goes back on. If this isn't in there, this cover actually fits quite tightly and a lot. It just stays put better on there. So that is my entry to Jazielle's DT call. I hope you guys like it. I think it turned out really well. I'm pretty pleased with that. And the thought of somebody handing me a bunch of stuff like I got for this from Raven, and just having me create something out of it is like just something that I kind of excel at, because having to pick everything out myself is sometimes a little bit daunting. But if I'm just handed a pile of stuff and said, here, I can usually come up with something quite quickly. And I really, really enjoyed making this. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next video. Bye.